Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to have a look at Sovereign Syndicate, a cRPG, isometric, choices matter, 3 different characters, well, cRPG game. Wasn't that the best description ever? Oh, set in Victorian steampunk London. And we can also play like a minotaur or something. Very interested. Well, this game is currently set at a release date of coming soon. We are going to have a look at the demo. The music here in the intro screen is already a little bit loud, but also a little bit intriguing and very good. And yeah, this reminded me of the good old Fallout, Baldur's Gate kind of games, maybe with a little bit more of an emphasis on stories, kind of like Disco Elysium maybe. But, you know, how about just making some rough estimated comparisons? How about we actually check out the game and let it speak for itself, right? Let's hit new game and let's check out Sovereign Syndicate. New game, Atticus Awakens. Follow Atticus Delay as he explores the seedy underbelly of London's East Docklands in search of his mother, a reason for living, and his next fix. Ooh, let's start a new game. Ooh, Atticus Delay, choose a focus. He grew up in a crowded orphanage, using his illusory magical abilities to disguise himself as human. Oh. Retreating from an unforgiving world into study, he meets challenges with a sharper mind and a silver tongue. The Hermit, Temperance, the Hermit, Chariot. Blaming his fiery temper on his minotaur blood, he learned to intimidate his enemies and embrace the rush of combat. To be a great illusionist, he's practiced sleight of hand. He's surprisingly nimble for a minotaur, the star. Ooh, self-discipline, spryness, wit, self-discipline, animal instinct, spryness, wit, spryness, animal instinct, self-discipline, and some perks. +5 conjuring, +5 persuasion, +5 intimidation, +5 fine motor. Major arcana is temperance, the hermit, the chariot, and the star. So that's what we choose. Kind of our background, and our arcana is setting our focus of the gameplay. I'm just sorry. In the background, I'm going to play around just a bit with the audio. You guys know me, I'm a little bit overconscious if it comes to that, so I hope it is now perfect for you guys. Please, as always, feel free to tell me. So, oh man, what do I want to go with? Retreating from an you meet challenge with a sharper mind and silver tongue, that's what I like. But just for a demo, maybe showing you guys combat might be interesting as well. Or the first one. The last one doesn't really interest me, so for me it's a choice between these 2. Also conjuring. What do we conjure? I like to conjure. Illusory magic. Is it like conjuring minions? I love that. Persuasion or intimidation? Oh man. Wit, self-discipline, animal instinct. Animal instinct, spryness, and wit. I mean, I'm usually the guy who likes to go like more with a persuasive playstyle. But you know, sure, he is a minotaur, maybe he has a fiery temper, and I kind of want to show you guys combat, so I have no idea how that's gonna work. Let's select the chariot. No, it's a demo, right? Let's try to be a bit more experimental. I guess if I would play the full game, I would go more for the silver tongue approach. But let's see what awaits us. A dark shape looms over you. Against the gathering lamplight, the black shadowed form hovers unsteadily like a cutout in a magic lantern. You can't be sure whether it's a real, living thing or another grim manifestation from your week-long bender, which at first blush you appear to have survived. Or has this in fact death come to claim you? In any case, the spectre seems to be in no hurry to move along. Painful memories prick your grin-addled brain. Now you recall why you're here. You choose this alleyway in London's East End to drown the last of your days in drink. Well, if this apparition isn't the angel of death, then even at suicide you have failed. Click to continue. Old crone! Atticus! He's coming! Wake up! Get out of my hat, you old crone! Masked stranger. Atticus Delay. Self-discipline. How does he know my name? Okay, his voice is cold. Self-reflection. So we're having like inner dialogues, it seems. Interesting. Oh, can I hover over self-discipline? No. His voice is cold and mechanical, like the hinge of a heavy iron door, concealing his identity, no doubt. The masked stranger. Constitution, try to speak, or animal instinct, say nothing. Interestingly enough, at Animal Instinct, nothing pops up. If I choose Constitution, we have apparently a 34% chance for that to work. Costs 1 nerve. What is a nerve? We have health. Wait, vigor. Okay, and we have nerve. Some challenges require nerve to attempt. Do not allow it to reach 0. We have some tarot cards. Interesting. We have our character. That is a Minotaur brain, apparently. Okay. Self-discipline? Yeah, it's 10. That's Constitution, though. So where does our Constitution come from? From which stats? Male, Minotaur, Magician, Commoner, Poor. Wit, Sprite, Self-discipline. I'm not quite sure where Constitution comes from. Looking at these stats. Journal. Nothing in here. Inventory, nothing. The settings menu. The game just straight up throws on here, doesn't it? Well, using this for 34% chance. We have 10 plus 0, card draw plus question mark. So it's 10 plus something for difficulty of 20. I mean, our animal instinct is quite hard. It's our highest stat, actually. Even though we don't have anything, so let's say nothing. Let's go with our stats, maybe. Dots. Spryness. He proffers me a tin stippled flask. A small kindness. Take it eagerly, wave it off. A flask. Wave it off. I don't know. Very well then, suit yourself. Stowing the flask, the stranger leans back into the dim light of the gas lamps. I can finally see his features in full. Oh, there we go, some map, alright. The self-reflection. He wears a brass-buttoned traveling waistcoat, complete with a scarlet hood and a mask of ornate gold panels. It glitters in the gaslight, delicately crafted. His mask may be pretty, but it'd still stop a bullet. On your feet now, your sorry sight. Dizzy from the head rush, it's hard to keep my balance. Who are you and what do you want with me? I need a moment to get my bearings. Who are you and what do you want with me? A friend, in need of your services. A friend? But a man of his station so deep in the docklands spells trouble. Station. One's social rank or position. Thanks for explaining that common term, okay? In need of my brawn, no doubt, looking for someone to do his dirty work. I need a moment to get my bearings. Fair enough, but I'll be watching. The stranger pulls back his waistcoat, showing off a gilded flintlock pistol. Over the years, many a mingebag have come to collect. This Barmy Nav is no different. Mingebag, a despicable person. Barmy Nav, someone lacking taste or style, techie. New journal entry. I was awakened in my alleyway, deathbed by a curious stranger with an ornate mask. I have no idea what he wants, but he's let me live, for now. So many outstanding debts and foregone second chances. Is it all catching up to me? Wit or spryness? This time, I mean, so far, only once it showed us our stats. Kind of weird. Why not with the others? But I guess we want to go with our stats most likely, right? So, spryness is better than wit. No matter, I'll let it be tonight then, spryness. You can try all the others, but none have yet succeeded. Sure. That's... oh, this may be, but if we keep going on this way, it's only a matter of time. Task started, the old crone. That might be true. Why is this, that might be true? Why is this highlighted with an explanation? Super weird, but okay. Maybe there's more to that. The old crone. Find out who the crone is before it drives you mad. The chatter of mind is enough by itself. And now there's a crone chiming in. What is she doing here? And how did she get in my head? Hold fast to your sanity. I can't select that apparently. No. Yeah. Oh, where the hell is the dude? Okay, we have movement. Looks a bit stiffy at the animation if I look at the guy, but maybe that's just my impression. Right click did something there for a second, but no it doesn't. Newspaper. Left click. With the Illustrated London News, this week's edition. Newspaper. A fleet-footed journalist takes to the East End, underground and undercover. The hard-boiled scoop on the courtesan killer. Who's really behind the murders and what is Scotland Yard still hiding from the public? Read on for the glory details. This story will boil your blood. Yeah, let's ponder the news. +1 black bile, whatever that is. Hazards of the job, I suppose. But it's a shame. No one deserves to die like that. Self-discipline, animal instincts. Animal instincts is our best. Maybe not, but they knew the risk. The East End is an unforgiving place. +1 yellow bile. I'm not sure they had much of a choice in their vocation. There's always a choice, and I've made my share of bad ones. Even so, I turned out just fine. +1 yellow bile. Perhaps I got lucky, or somebody's watching over me. Bollocks. Nobody's done me any favors. Why should I go out of my way to help these women? Let's investigate the murders. I'm no police special, but I'll see what I can find. Task started. The case of the courtesan killer. Alright. We have another quest. Also, this is just very minorly noticeable, but in this game there's a little bit of mouse acceleration going on, which makes it feel, to me at least, a little bit off. It's not much, but it is noticeable. Liquor bottles. Jennifer, Rutgut, and dry gin bottles are strewn about, broken and empty. Juniper. Remnants of another night drowned in sorrow. Looks to me like a night well spent. +1 yellow bile. That's a deal of liquor, but a minotaur takes double to ride the same carriage. Speaking of which, let's see if there's more. Recollection. Look through the bottle. Self-discipline. What is recollection? I mean, it's not really here. So, self-reflection, male, minotaur, magician, commoner, poor. We're male, 38 years old. We are quick-tempered, controlled by an animalistic nature. Claims he hears the voice of an old woman. History of substance abuse, mania, and suicidal ideation. Poor hygiene, characteristic of his common station. Fancies himself a magician, performing illusions for the bulk of his meager earnings. Poor in wealth and unlikely to rise to any important standing. So, self-discipline, animal instinct, spryness, and wit. Wit and spryness are kinda like getting filled? What does that mean? Like, there's color, I see that. So, how about recollection? That is like a roll, apparently. Which is 66% chance. Cost 1 nerve. Wit, 12. Difficulty, well, sure. Do we roll? Okay, 3 cards. Always left. +10, 10 of wands. Okay. So I guess I did it? Yeah, 12 plus 10 equals 22. Hey. +1 black bile. Aha! Saving the best for last. A bottle of Old Tom. Nice, we have some cordial Old Tom. The label reads, a feast for the finest palate. Sheer bottled health for your indulgence. So what about these... Ah, wait, this is yellow gills, this is red, this is blue, but we had some black going on. So if I succeed or if I choose this, I essentially level up by using those? Is that how it works? Animal instinct doesn't seem to get filled though, even though that's my highest, 4 out of 10. If I look at the others, but maybe that depends on, because this is my highest level as well. I have no idea. What is black guile then? These are our cards. Minor Tarot cups. Used in skill checks requiring self-discipline. Minor Tarot coins. Cups, coins, swords, and wands. Used in skill checks requires bryness. Wit. In animal instinct, ace of wands. Discard major... Okay. So I have some cards, 16, and if I use them, they kind of get around, or what? Oh, we choose the best one with a 10. We could have also gained a 9 or just a 1. So it seems like maybe we need to rest to refill our decks for the different skills, I guess. So we discarded 3 out of 16 cards, apparently. Do I have a button to highlight these different things? I wonder. That's always important. Controls. So when highlight hotspots, tap. Nice. That's nice. Also, do we have a 5 for quick save? We don't. Let's do manual save. There is quick saving apparently, but if you have a quick save, I mean, it depends on quick save. No, it is F5. Just didn't show me, because F5 is... That's actually important to me. Like in video games, F5 has to be the dedicated quick save button, but there's no like saving. So it doesn't really tell you that if it worked at all. Locked gate. Locked gate. A wrought iron gate topped with spared finials. There's an obsidian chain and a padlock over the hasp. Right, just gonna reposition myself here on my chair, which should be a soft job, so long as this lock isn't rusted through. Fine motor or brute force. 97% chance, both of them. Cost 1 vigor. I mean, hands are a bit shaky, but let's have a go. Let's break the damn thing. I mean, we're more like the brute force guy, maybe. Let's go with that. Right one. +5. We did it. +1 yellow bar. That'll do. I wonder where it leads. Away from that stranger is enough for me. But the docklands are full of rares and features. I should have a weapon. Thieves. But of course, the cane sword. It's around here somewhere. Better take it with me. Okay, that's highlighted. Oh, there's our cane sword. Nice. Cane sword. An evening cane concealing a steel blade in a cherrywood sheath. Below the brass figurehead is a band of crushed velvet. Velvet is an uneven, wrinkled yet illustrious surface, produced by either pressing the fabric in different directions or by mechanically twisting it while wet. Battle-scarred with a well-worn handle, and suitable in aristocratic circles. Of course we're gonna take that. So we have our weapon, right? Cane sword. Nice. So what are we supposed to do? We have some quests? Yeah, the movement in the camera is a bit shaky, frankly. And a bit too slow for my taste, frankly. Together with the mouse acceleration, it feels a bit almost like, as I'm suffering from motion sickness, always sick-like, making me sick. Almost. Some wayward cartwright abandoned their wagon here, beyond the tenements and a dead end. He's got me hemmed in. Who's he? The guy? I mean, don't we want to talk to him? Do we want to go away? Kind of weird. Animal instinct always. No matter. If the stranger wants a fight, I'll give him one. A little hand-to-hand is a fine idea. Might snap me out of the slump I've been in. Even with the jitters, I can still aim a fist. There's a reason I'm known as a bruiser in the Docklands. +1 blood. Huh? So this won't budge. How do I run? I guess the further I click away, there's... Yeah, the movement, honestly, it feels awkward in a way. Can't really describe this. This is harned gears and cogs. Mechanical odds and ends shimmering in the gaslight. Worth a little tin if you deal them to an engine man. Yeah, of course we're gonna gather that then. +1 cog added. Maybe it's also the frames that are just that's ultra. What if I set to just, I don't know, very high? Maybe it's actually that my frame rate is just that bad? Hard to tell. Containment force. Military grade reinforced with barbed wire. The sign reads werewolf containment zone. In luminescent paint, electric bolts arc between the fence posts. The smoky ozone sand flooding your nostrils. Worth a look around. Might be another way through. Mechanism, no harm in a look. Well, it costs 1 nerve. Bollocks, I'll just... it's just a pile of kindling and wire. I'll take a running start and charge right through it. Whoa. How about no time right now before we charge into an electric fence? What I don't understand, like, there's a stranger waking up for us and we want to run away? Apparently I could go in through the sewers. I'm honestly, like, what is our character? So we kind of try to just forget... You know, be self-indulgent, be unhappy. We got woken up, but we still want to take quests, and I'm a little bit, like, directionless. Like, do we now want to avoid the stranger? Do we want to look around? Do we want to go through the sewers? That's a bit strange. Missing poster. Julian Bertram O'Brien, orphans missing from Sacred Heart Orphanage. Small reward furnished upon any information leading to their safe return. Please have a heart for our poor children. The Sisters of the Sacred Heart. 22 Cherrywine Lane, East London. Alms accepted. I remember this place. And what's it got to do with me now? +1 yellow bite. When a tragedy strikes, the rebels are far-reaching. A brother and sister gone missing from where I was brought up. Is it all so connected? +1 blood. There are unsettled spirits in the docklines, and I suspect I play a part in that pageantry. Hopefully not as some marionette with strings to pull for their amusement. I won't stand to be manipulated. I guess we're gonna search for those? Sure. Something's not right here. And no offense, in the docklands need all the help they can get. So, am I supposed to look... Do we have a map? It would be nice to have actually a map. Oh, we can zoom out a little bit. But frankly, like, am I supposed to now look around more? Is that the stranger? Mask. So there's the masked stranger. I'm honestly... What does the game want with me? And also, like, again, I'm not sure if it's the frames or something. Let's actually set it to hide. But it feels so slow. Yeah, it might be the frames. Seems like it's a bit faster now. But why does this game... Why is the game so demanding? It is a frame issue. So he's down there. We can go to the warehouse, or we can even go up there. F5 for maybe a quick save. Again, the game doesn't tell me if I do a quick save. But... Now let's just do a new save. Oh. Sure. There's a saving symbol now, not with a quick save though. I don't know, let's go to this warehouse. I have no idea. The passage is lined with stones and walls. Damp from the evening fog and the underground steam boiler used to heat the tenements above. Barrels line the walls and seem to occupy every available space in the underground storeroom. Cane rats scurry and squeak in the corners, kneading at the nests. The underground air is stagnant, full of dust and the scent of mold. A ways off, there's the sound of a pump house at work, no doubt channeling sewages into the Thames. There's a dim light ahead. Perhaps you can find help, at least a way out of the stranger's grasp. But why would I avoid him? What is the game trying to tell me here? Do I want to talk to him? Do I don't want to? This is kind of... It feels like the game is assuming or like wants me to have certain knowledge that I right now don't have. On your guard now. No telling what's down here. I've seen the worst of the underground in my days. If trouble comes, I've got my blade and a silver tongue. Sleeping thug. Oh, sir, how you doing? A 30-something calf, writhing on the cobbles, must have had his fill. A man. If he was on guard, easy now to get by him. Or bash his head in, might be safer that way. No, let's bash his head in. Am I about to murder a stranger in his sleep? It's worth it if it keeps me undiscovered. Whoever finds me creeping about will have my hide. Now that's the assertiveness we need in these troubled times, +5 nerve. Oh, that's good, right? 96% chance, bash his head in. Sure, middle one. +8. Oh man, all the good cards right now. Well, that works. Oh, it changes. Oh no, we have a little bit of a comic stripe going on there. Is it supposed to be this small? Yeah, maybe. Creep up carefully now. Oh yeah, cool. That's a nice way of presentation. Poor fellow's down for the count. Won't even know he's gone. Two-handed grab for a job like this. Oh. Steady now. Steady. Now. Swing it like a sledge. 3 strikes is all it takes. Somehow I kept the brain splatter off of my finery. Bravo. Anything in his pockets? Pick his pockets. 7 coins added to the inventory. Reminds me of how I came up after leaving the orphanage. Can't call it fortune, but still it was worth a look. Well, he's nothing left to do here. I've taken him for all he's got. Not so sleeping thug anymore, right? Wouldn't go for him. I have no idea why I'm here, what I'm doing, like, yeah. But sure, let's go on. Wood cover. Red cedar paneled and cornered with iron. A sturdy but time-worn container. Let's get cracking then. 55% chance, costs 1 vigor. With rooting in rubbish with hopes for a little tin, just like my scavenging days. What if we do this? Diamonds in the coal and flash in the cobbles. That's the old limerick the urchins would sing. Times of wasting. What's in the cover? Sure, brute force. 55% chance always left. Plus force. Barely enough, right? Nice. With a swift back elbow, the lock crumbles into iron fillings. A good thing you dispatched that gin bibber, or the knives might have roused him. Oh, and what great treasure is this? Plus 1 blood. It's a deal of fabric, trousers with a bib sewn across, and a brass pulley zipper to fasten the bottom line. And here's a hat torch with a polished tin reflector and a copper coil battery, a pair of boots and breeches, a vest and a waistcoat, and enough pockets to carry a dining set. To be sure, it's fit for a sandhog. Construction work in the underground tunnels, tried on, sure. So what if I tear the seams? It's not like someone's missing this pile of rags. Easing into the raiment, I draw up the back zipper until my elbows refuse to bend. 35% chance, cost 1 nerve. Force it, whatever. Plus 5. We do have plus 5? We need 5 more, right? Or maybe that just tells us this is not enough. We need plus 10. Oh man. Where's the 10? Here's the 10. Plus 7's not enough. Dang it. Plus 1 phlegm. Just gotta force it. Apparently not. The torso belts break from their loops and my knees and elbows tear holes in the brittle fabric. The uniform's beyond repair. No way of wearing it, unless I've got a sewing kit on me. This could be a sign to lay off the swill a while. Not necessary. I'm fit as a fiddle. One must be ready to change. Enough wandering. Let's get on with it. Yeah. I have no idea. F5? Again, quicksave doesn't really seem to do much. Manhole cover. A disc of wrought iron, loosened by a crack. Could be somebody's hiding place. Aye, but the cover's bull heavy. More vigor, let's use this. Always left. Tell nice. Blood and bile twist in your veins, a show of unbridled strength. Let's see what's down here. There's a latch compartment below the manhole cover, but it's padlocked too tightly to break. Locked, but there's surely a mound of tin inside. That's alright, quiet the mind, don't slip into a maze. Keep looking. There has to be something here. My fumbling hands come up empty. How about I reach back in the corner, sure? -5 vigor? Wow, a sudden pain jolts through my hands. There's a cane rat making a home down here. No chance that rat is getting the best of me. 35% chance. We need an 11. Even at 10 is not enough. Oops. Using all my resources here, going to die against the rat. Seating myself, I reach inside again. -10 vigor. Nice. Cane red squatting top of some treasure, I'm sure. I'd better bow out. He's too aggressive. Wow, I'm dying like so hard. Because of a freaking rat. A battered crate, a moldering in a sewer grime. Smash it open. There we go. It caves in with a crack and a cloud of fetid dust. Don't cough. Someone come and beat the bushes. Don't cough. +8 is enough. Let's take this. Easy now. I'm through the in through the nostrils. Any more looting like this and I'll need a face mask. If I meet another minotaur, they might have a spare. Good luck of us live in the underground. Good lot. Enough rumination. Let's see what's in the crate. Yeah, but here goes. Nothing in here but a cold piece of metal. It's a pry bar. I can make good use of this. Pry bar added to the inventory. Nice. Journal. Oh. Okay, we have a pry bar too. Maybe this already helps us to go with the manhole cover? I have no idea. I'll try find a key, okay. We're almost dead already. I guess first combat and it's all gonna be over. Would be nice, even though, like, new save, if, you know, it could give you... Not sure if this... Does this give me a new save? No, just name it slightly different. I'm just gonna overwrite everything. Watch it. There's somebody on the stairs. With that hat torch, he could be on patrol. And I don't suppose he takes kindly to trespassers. I don't need to hide from it. Animal instinct. I don't need to hide from anybody. His face is filthy, mud-streaked and unshaven, and the lamp on his helmet is near as bright as daylight down here. He smells worse than the sewer walls. Must be a bilgeman, a sewer worker below the status of an engineer. Oi! What's a bovine doing down this way? You better scram before I call the hounds. You're trespassing. Tell the truth, I'll scram. I'm running from a bounty hunter, a mortally unpleasant fellow if you catch my meaning. Fear of life loss, a common excuse. For my sake, I wish it were otherwise. Would explain your disposition and tear that waistcoat. That's the idea of having such finery, only let it run to rags. Couldn't point to any one reason, you know how it is. Aye, I've been there. Anyway, I'm too busy to riddle with queer folk, even if they're trespassing. Appreciate it, and I promise not to fiddle with the pipes. That'd be right and fly. Now here's my advice if you're really on the run. Someone left an old uniform in the cover upstairs, next to the bloke's post regarding the entrance. Comes with a hat torch and the one thing you need down here's light. Might make for a clever disguise. I mean, we kinda destroyed that already, right? Next to the grin bibber. Aye, but you know what's out of pattern? I've never so cheeky with a fella I've met, but there's something flash about you. Any road? Better get back to work. We don't have a key. Maybe he has the key. Can we have a look at him? What is he doing? Or does he just disappear? Okay, he just disappears. Fair enough. Still don't have a key for this. We're almost dead because a single rat bite us. Oh, 19 out of 10. Can we do... Ooh, new perk. Oh, I didn't know this. Game, tell me when I'm about to level up. Attribute increase, max vigor increase. New major tarot. While bound, all skill checks are drawn with one additional card. Permanently increase this attribute by +1. Vigor by 10. I mean, I wonder if this also increases my current vigor by 10. Let's get this, because I'm pretty much dead. Yeah, okay. Up to 30 at least. Alright, let's go down. I mean, the disguise didn't work. Steamer trunk. A brass banded traveling trunk with sturdy corners. Fit for a long voyage. If it's out of place down here. There's tin inside, I'm sure of it. That's money. But the padlock has a carbon steel shackle and pin tumblers truly reinforced. 9% chance only, costs 1 vigor. Okay, for now, let's not do this. 9% is not... That's so bad for us. Automation. Speak up. Who disrupts the air? If you must know, I'm on a job for the Duckhounds. Oh, there's a level up. Maybe it told us with that before. And of course it's flying up. So, I guess the game told me. Fair enough. Muscle for the hounds? And sure, you look the part. They've been up and down this passage a while now. My name's Hera. The letters H-E-R-R are blazoned on his chest plate. Ask about the acronym. Hera, what does that stand for? Heat Energy Regulation Automaton, the latest iteration. Hera, wife of Zeus. In any case, it suits you. I'm thrilled to hear it. Now can I help you? I should get back to the flame. Ask about the fire. Keeping the fire stoked, I see. Do you enjoy it? I delight in my work. I was made for it. And this boiler heats the whole of the Shorelock tenements. The sweated laborers resting toasty from my efforts, and the fuzzy, warm, static feeling. Feelings? Aren't those for the blooded and lunge-driven? That's quite an opinion. Now what else can I do for you? These barrels along the walls, what are they filled with? Oh, well, they're full of gin. The hounds are distilling it with the heat from my boiler, and somehow the Shorelock tenements upstairs haven't caught on. Those people must be freezing. It's only autumn now, but it feels like midwinter. I'd rather have the extra gin. Brings down the price, and we can always deal with a little cold. A lot of my ilk came from the tenements. The hounds might be bargained with, and it's not as if their park lays all were run dry, but I couldn't face the duck hunts alone. It's hard enough keeping my own head above. Wit, spryness. Wit is a bit better, so let's go with that. They won't be easily swayed. Bootlegging as a regular tin press. Press for information. What else do we know about the gin barrels? The steam gets siphoned and the barrels come and go. Some are fresh and some have stood for several months, ready for a swiller. The cheeky devil is keeping track. When the flame is healthy, I turn my attention to the walls, and before I know it, I'm wearing away. It's a queer feeling. If the hounds are stealing steam, then it's good reason to steal some of the bootleg for myself. I'm not fit with a virtuous secret, but if you're convinced yourself, you're clear of any moral infidelity. Where would I find a barrel that's aged a few months? Behind the furnace, there's something of a staging area. That's where the barrels get carried out. Have a look for yourself, but I must get back to work. Oh, there. To the sewers, right? Yeah, 9%. I'm not gonna try this, but... guess we have another level up. Let's go. Animal Instinct. New Major Tarot, while bound, it's a face card is chosen during a skill check gains 3 nerve. All combativeness skill checks gain an additional +3. Sounds good. Permanently increase this attribute by +1. I feel like we're soon about to get... let's go with +3 to combat, maybe. I have a feeling this might come in handy soonish. Let's go down to the sewers. Edging through the grate, you're greeted by the drowning sound of rushing water and a smell that's near unbearable, hanging in the air so thick you can almost taste it. Hooves are clumsy in the dark as you stumble along the passageway, the sound of water flow and machinery echoing off the bricks from all directions, a meshing of gears that's familiar but unsettling. Following the light, you come into a torch-lit chamber, but it seems you're not alone. Notes of troubled voices speak over the noise, an air of indignance and irritation, but also fear and desperation. Something's not right here. You've stumbled on an argument, no doubt, but worse than that is a deep foreboding. Something else shares these sewers, a deeper evil crawling through the bowels of London. Oh no. Let's do a save then. Argument, you say? Blocked passage. A welter of bricks and rotting planks blocking the way through. No sense dulling your cane sword for this. Oh, fair enough. Maybe we should not attempt to fight the blockage. Can I go? No, not over there. Oh, there's a teddy bear. Can I? Oh, that seems to be a different room. Interesting, but looks like I can't really do much there. There's a flask. Can I interact with the flask? Oh, I'm moving here. Okay, this is actually a little bit irritating to where can I go and where can't I? But sure, is that a way? Wooden barrel. A barrel perches on the ledge with the argument, while the argument rages. Looks like it could come to blows at any moment. I can hide up here and watch the dispute. Couldn't be bothered. Eavesdrop. Sure. Let's have a listen. You'll pat me pockets until I say die. Gaunt-faced and lanky. He's clearly a human, but his yellow eyes would fit within the face of a reptile. His waistcoat and worsted trousers are torn and sullied, but his white silk string tie is spanking new. He's dogging this poor girl for capital. Only a landsman would stoop so low, and if so, then she must be a cut purse. I'm sick of stealing, and I'm sore of begging all the more. It's shameless. The sandy-haired girl wears a frayed wool jumper and a gentleman's duster, shortened at the hem to account for her stature. Ungrateful nipper! You paid the hand that feeds! What have you fed us but lies? Try and take what little tin I have, but you have to get past my stiletto. It doesn't seem like a fair fight, and she might come to harm if you don't step in. Let's intervene quickly. Better think fast. What can I do from here? Knock down that tettering barrel at the ledge. Might give the child a chance to run off. Well, brute force, 72%. Sure, let's go. +1 blood. Always left, sure. +1. Oh no, great. A fine idea. It's ludicrous, but I like it. Right down the barrel. Heavy lugger, too. Must be full of moonshine. Throw it. Into the face, looks to be right on target, but the old badger dodges. The barrel breaks open without harming anyone. Well then, I certainly have their attention. You there? What in the name of the tabernacle? Bravo, nearly knocked him into the bilge. You deserve a medal. All right, you cack-handed picket. This chamber's under my authority by the hounds. Come down and answer for this ruination of property. I'm still in the shadows. He doesn't yet know I'm a Minotaur. I don't take orders from anyone but myself. I'd fancy a toe-to-toe right about now. Shouldn't have to break a sweat with you. It's hardly fair to pick a fight with the child. Why don't I come down and we can send the animal instinct? That's rich. From a shadow crawler who won't even show his face. Keep yammering. Don't you trust your own eyes? Even in the shadows you can see my statue would get the better of yours. Yellow liar. The shadows only paint you as a giant, but you'll be no trouble once you're down here. He's sure squivy, so wait for him to strike first. Okay, wooden barrel. It's still there. Okay, the patrolman. I mean, can I just go away? Old crane through the hall is a chorus of machinery, the torpid crank of some heavy clockwork, the chattering of a telegraph, and the ever-present rumble of steam in the walls. The archway is fitted with a blast door that's been left open, a control room for the pump house, no doubt. I guess if I go down, it will come to a combat, right? Maybe the patrolman too? Let's just go down, whatever. If not the single lance on his mask, then it's the preternatural length of his arms and legs. A cyclops with a pike spade, standard issue for sewer work. This area is off limits, and besides, if you're not dressed for it, dangerous for linemen like you. Intimidation, we're good at that, always left. 12! Ooh. It's none of your business how I'm dressed. Better move before I bash in your goggle and you lose what little sight you have. Difficult to read his reaction through the mask. Is he frightened or just offended? Full of piss and vinegar, aye? Well, as much as I'd like to have a stripped steak for dinner, I've more important business to attend to. Move along now, if you know what's good for you. Ask for the way out. Surely there's another way out, perhaps toward the pump house? Off limits. Besides, she's locked down for maintenance. As the pump house captain, I should know. If I were you, I would head up street side before the morning dirt. Gets rather nasty in the wheeze thicks. Move along. Well then, Captain, I'll just be on my way. Well, I wanna have a look to this guy now. We're just gonna go down, right? And probably have some combat. They're still arguing, but move any further and they'll notice me. I've already incensed him with that barrel trick. Can't imagine he'll have much to discover. I'll have to face him sooner or later. He looks ready for a fight. I should draw my blade. There we go. I know how to settle this. How about an inside tip? You know I'm well with the odds, man. The girl sees me clearly, but pretends not to notice, preserving my chance for a surprise endeavor. She seems to trust me. An absolute stranger over this ruddy load. Keep your crooked tips. You were supposed to shelter us, pay us, and protect us. Now the better part of our band has disappeared, and you know nothing of it. Piss on your pit fights. I'm bound for the country. There's future for me beyond London. You've got that much right. You'd make a better wastrel than a thief. And what a help you've been. You've pissed away the tin I might have saved. Stupid girl. The only well you get off London is cut pieces floating down the Thames. She flashes her eyes at me. Some kind of signal. 95% chance, 1 dash of my blade. Always left. 2! Are you kidding me? Wait, it still worked. Never mind. I thought that wasn't enough. Okay, well, combativeness. He's done more than enough. 1 dash of my blade will set him straight. Oh, because... Okay, that is combat. Combat is essentially also just a skill check. And thanks to our level up, I chose that in combat I have +3. And that literally saved us here. To have... Oh, wow. Do I already have another level up? No. And now these things do fill, though. Whew. Good thing I chose that. Ah, dear Christ, I'm wounded. Someone with a cheap trick dispatch me. Please, I'll pay whatever you're after. Just fetch a physician. Finish the job. You've brought enough suffering to the world. It's high time someone put an end to your own. You demon! You heartless cur! I drive the blade through his heart in spite of his pleading cries. The cutpurse kicks his body into the current. I'd rather not leave a mess for someone else to clean up. Anyway, thanks for the assistance. I'm used to his type, stirring up trouble with nothing to back it up. My name's Annika Johansson. And I'm Atticus Daly. Pleasure to meet you, miss. That miserable law did show us how to make a living, but with the years I've grown wiser. There was never any future for us. So I've got mine to take on with our traveling circus. They ferry the channel and tour all of Europe. I used to love the circus when I was a young runaway. I was smaller then, could sneak in through the back fence where the animals were kept. I'm not sure if I love it, but it seems to be a way out. What's your talent, then? Throwing knives? Where the wheel is spun and a living target is skillfully avoided. What about London? What are you leaving behind? There's nothing here for me now. A sadness in her voice like a heavy rain at sea, damp in the bones. I practiced my knife tricks with Bertram until he disappeared. Now I don't know whether to stay here and make sure he's alive, or else take the only chance I might ever have to leave the city. Bertram. A close friend? My best in the city. And if he's alive, I'd like to say goodbye. Of course, there are many ways to say goodbye, but I can't be sure my letters from abroad will ever reach him. If you don't get to the bottom of it, you might regret it for forever. Advice I should have taken myself. I refuse to dwell on the past. There's nothing but dredge up heartbreak. Sir? You were drifting off there. It's been happening lately, but my physique makes up for my cognitive shortcomings. I know it's a lot to ask, but is there any chance you'd help me find Bertie? He went missing along with his sister Julia. I mean, we kinda already had that from the missing posters, right? We accept. Not sure what help I can be, but I'll do my best. Oh, thank you, Mr. Daly. It isn't much, but take these cocks for your troubles. Kindness from a stranger. It's given her a hope she hadn't bargained for. I see what I can find for myself, and then I'll meet with you and we can share information, like police specials. I would make a fine detective now that I think about it. It's wonderful having your help. Bertram and I were living down here, but now the water's too high to get to our hidey hole. But with so many of us going missing, I'd better move on anyway. What about the hidey hole? We had a little safe house behind the retaining wall, but now with the pump house being serviced, the water's too high to get there. But I can't afford to wait around. If not Carlisle, some other bastards on my trail. I'll see about draining the water. Thanks, but who knows where I'll be by that time. You're welcome to anything we left in there. It won't be safe for me to come back for it. Who knows where I'll end up, but maybe you have an address? Just move along. Take my visiting card. Oh, we have that? Cool. If you need to get in touch. I'm not often home, but you can always leave a message with Anselina in the shop below my quarters. Of course, Mr. Daly. Together I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this. Alright, she's still there, but bye-bye. There's a locked door here too. We have quite some items already. But I think for the demo, this is as good as a place as any to wrap it up for now, right? Because I feel like I could showcase you guys what this game is about. But of course, as always, please feel free to tell me what you think of this game. I was happy and looking forward that this actually brings us back to the main menu and not like quits out of the game. So Sovereign Syndicate, currently labeled as coming soon. And yeah, a proper cRPG with a heavy emphasis on, you know, choices matter, text reading, narration, and inner discipline, inner dialogue as well there. And we only played one character. It seems like the Masked Stranger is actually another character we could have played. And looks like I already choose a completely different way to approach this, to run away or avoid him instead of, you know, talk to him and see what that is about. I like the skill system, very interesting. I like the art style. A little bit interesting that, like, I would argue that this game needs a little bit more optimization, because I don't see anything that requires me to set down my graphic by a few inches to get better or at least stable frames. I like the writing very much. I like the different characters. The skill system really feels like an old school RPG. Interesting that the combat is essentially skill checks only. I usually like to have some combat of my own, but this focused this game more on actual dialogue writing, right? And choices matter and how you approach depending on your skills or personal beliefs and so on. So yeah, it feels like an old school choose your own adventure kind of RPG set in an interesting setting with great art style, great dialogue, great sound design, environmental design. Even though in the sewer there, I would argue it is great, it's atmospheric, it's well done. It was a little bit tough to actually see where I could move and where I couldn't. So like the difference between walkable path and just background wasn't that distinguishable, but frankly that's just a little bit of a nitpick, right? Mechanically, I like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep an eye out to this at the full release and might eventually check this out again. I'm always a huge sucker for well-made cRPGs, and this might eventually fill the quote. But of course, what do you guys think of this game, of this showcase of my presentation? As always, I'm hugely interested in your feedback in all matters in regards to these videos. And as always, you guys have two homeworks to take home with, right? First off, stay awesome. Second off, please share this with a friend, will you, this video. And we are going to see you. I almost made it perfectly to the end. Well, almost is not completely perfect, right? I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.